we just want to like address like one thing before we get into it. Like, I don't know personally a lot of vulva lovers that scissor. It's a very uncomfortable position from my personal experience as well. It's just it's hard. Like your hip can't take it past a certain age, and past a certain flexibility. It's not gonna work out. So what scissoring is, it's just a form of tribbing.
It's a position.
Yeah, it's a position that you would trib in. So what you're trying to do is trib, right?
No,
and
you are tribbing.
What?
Because tribbing is the act of, and scissoring is the position of
yes,
tribbing.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that scissoring is one position in which you're trimming. So instead of saying, oh, I want to scissor, you're like, I want to be trimming. So when you think of it like that, you open your world up to a lot of other positions.
Yeah, instead of trying to
do
I
this.
don't think have we ever tried this?
I would never, because it's uncomfortable. Like, I hurt my hip once and I was like, and I was young then.
Maybe it's different now.
Nah, fam, like this, it is uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable.
Okay.
There's better, and we're going to show y'all better.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think it's best to engage in tribbing positions after you're quite aroused. Like, use lube obviously, but when you're aroused, your clit kind of gets bigger, so then it's easier to just kind of connect them and enjoy the full experience. Right. And in these positions, you need to make sure that you adjust as you go. It doesn't like automatically just fit, because people's vulvas are placed differently. So you have to observe and see, okay, this is where your vulva is, where my vulva is, and then you guys just adjust to where it feels good.
Yeah.
Basically. Any other?
And in terms of protection, I don't necessarily know what
Can be done?
WLW can use. I don't think there is any device as of right now, because it's very possible to spread STDs and such in these positions. But if you guys have different methods of trying to protect yourself, please let us know in the comments, because we are clueless right now.
Yeah, sorry. Also, when we're giving out these positions, we're going to use top and bottom as positions and not necessarily, energies.
Or roles.
Okay, so it's just, if you're at the bottom, you're the one at the bottom. If you're at the top, you're the one at the top. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So the first position is the water slide, right? So in this position,
my creation. Let me be honest. When did I discover this? Do you remember?
I mean, I black out a lot. I'm not recording necessarily. I'm so engrossed. Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Dang. But trust us, it works. Right, cool. So in the water slide, the bottom lies facing up, and the top lies facing down on top of the bottom.
Yeah. So I guess this would be like scissoring, but not.
Yeah, because you're like this, so you're on top of each other.
Yeah.
So this allows the bottom to be able to hold the top's legs and be able to like slide them up and down at whatever pace they want to, or the top to slide themselves up and down at whatever pace they prefer. And when you are the one on top, you have to make sure to kind of clench your butt, and also kind of arch your back so that your vulva is more in contact with the bottom. And if you're the one at the bottom, you can adjust how wide your legs can open, close, to make sure that you guys have enough contact together.
It might take a minute to kind of like find the right like spot, but it might be helpful if you are a bit bigger
and self-conscious about it.
I don't know. When you, because your weight is not on your partner, it's on
the bed.
And it's very comfortable also, because I usually have a pillow and I'm just like on my pillow and she's on her pillow, and it's just so it's really comfortable. And you can also like adjust like the angles at which you like want it. It's very nice. I hope the visual we provide is enough. I hope so. So the next position is the twerker, or as I like to call it, the goddess seat. And so basically what happens is that you have your bottom lie flat on the surface ground, the bed, wherever you do it, not on walls. Okay, you lie down with your legs, the bottom lies down with your legs open, and then the goddess gets on top of them. Basically sits reverse cowgirl, except because their legs are parted, they sit in between that edge and puts the weight of their bum or just lower body onto the bottom's
vulva.
And basically what you can do is just like, you know, twerk, dance,
move your waist around a little bit,
slide up and down. And you can also enhance this position by using your hands. So if the bottom like just opens their legs a little bit, they can use their hands to either stimulate themselves or their partner or both. You can do that if you can, or use a vibrator if that's what you like. So it's cool.
Yeah, so the bottom gets a nice view and the top gets to be in control of like pacing and what's happening and can add that variety. If you're bigger and you're the one on top and you're self-conscious about it, it helps because you'll be in control of how much weight you're actually putting down because you're like in a sitting position. So you can use your arms to just lift yourself up, or your legs because they'll be on the bed, and you don't have to put all your weight on your partner. Granted, ask first and they might really like to feel all your weight. You know, they might be comfortable, they might be open with it. So definitely have that discussion together before you go full in, or you can feel the vibe. No,
like I don't want us to talk about each other's weights like they're a bad thing.
Or like a hindrance. They're not. It's nice. Like I for one really like a lot of weight on me, so I would like
so she's usually the bottom.
Well, in
the bottom position.
In position, because I just like to feel like that whole weight and it just gets me going. So don't put that pressure on your partner or yourself.
Yeah, like I hope when we talk about like weight, we don't mean in a bad way that your weight is a
hindrance.
It's not. Our bodies are different whether you have weight or you don't, whether you have a lot of weight or you don't. There are just some certain things that our bodies, regardless of our weight, can and cannot do, and we work around these things.
True. And if anything, if you want more variety, it's not necessarily a weight thing, but a flexibility thing. Yeah. So what you should be doing is like doing yoga and learning how to do the splits, because that will help you a lot.
Yeah, so stretches are very,
very important.
Very important. If you want to do
fancy things.
Other things.
Position number 3 is the 180. Right, the 180. So basically in this position, the bottom again lies facing up and then the top gets on top horizontally. The bottom opens their leg and then the top puts their one leg in between the leg of the bottom and the other leg on top of the bottom's arm.
And with this position, you can also adjust your upper body quite a bit. Like you can do it like whilst you're lying down or whilst you're like lifted up a bit. You can be closer to them or you can be further away.
You can be side.
If you can't do that. It's very comfortable.
It allows a lot of variety, but the focus is on the movement of the top. So the top very much, if you as the bottom can move your top around to get the pacing to where you want it to be, and as the top they can adjust their upper body and the pacing as well by how they move. So that, and the added advantage of the 180 is that the bottom hand is able to stimulate other parts whilst you are trimming. The 4th position is the side view, which is very much like 180, except the difference is the top's leg isn't on top of the bottom's arm. So the control now that the bottom has in order to get the pacing right is to use the waist of the top. So you'll be grabbing the top's waist and you can push the back down so that it can just be a little bit better arched. It's just better to reach sometimes. Again, it depends where your placements are. And also the top is able to manipulate the pacing and everything by adjusting whether they're up, down, or to the side. So
why do we call it the side view?
Because the side view is amazing. And also it's quite restrictive compared to the 180 in terms that you can't necessarily reach the other parts that you would want to stimulate during this activity if they have a lot of baggage in the back, junk in the trunk. Remember when I used to call it that?
No, you're too old.
Yeah. Okay, you can do position 5. You hurt my feelings now.
Okay, position number 5 is a personal favorite. This one knocks me out every time, and I'm afraid to actually do it again, just to show you, because I just anyway. It's called the bull, and we call it the bull because it basically is like a replication of like You know those mechanical bowls that you ride? It's kind of how it is. So in this instance, the mechanical bowl is the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically with the bowl, you get into the same position as the side view, right? But now the top has no control over what is going on. Basically, the bottom is in complete control of like pacing and everything, because you lift your leg up so that the legs of the bottom aren't on the bed. So they can't exactly exert any sort of control over what's happening on their body. And you have to hold down their shoulders. It helps because our body proportions fantastic. She's so short and I'm short, so it works out.
Yes, I don't know how this would work with
like tall people, but this is where we're at. So you can hold their shoulders down. That will also keep their arms. Also now they can't even use their arms to like get balance and everything. So it's basically like they're like a rag doll on top of you, and you just basically just go ham.
Yeah, and the bowl in this instance is thy lower body.
Yes.
Yeah. So whilst you're holding your top down, the bottom's lower body is thrusting up. And you can also just like do it side thrust. The side thrust is my favorite.
Yeah. It just allows you to get more surface area in contact with with your top. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
This was a lot.
Hi, there's a lot.
Damn. We're good.
All
right.
Yeah.
Please do continue to submit to our Ask Rumi.
I don't know how many of these I can do, but if you guys want more positions or ideas, please let us know in the comment section and tell us which one is your favorite, because try it out first, maybe.
Try out the positions we've mentioned so far and let us know. Rate them out of 10. If you know how to do better, tell us in the comments. Let's all educate each other, guys. Let this be the place where people can come and explore themselves some more. Did you have fun?
I had fun.
Okay,
yeah.
I hope you guys had fun too.
If you want to have more fun, check out like our whole
playlist
on these activities.
Bye.